Right, so I'm going to have a go at Kent. Kent's a big county, but I think it's clearly able to be dealt with on its own. And I have 18 seats, so let's have a go. See how we can sort it out. Have to put this in first, and then the name. Here's the southeast. These are the current constituencies. And here we can see the district boundaries. So this is Kent here. Oh, I've included that. No, sorry. Kent here. So I need to bear in mind we're aiming for an average of about 73,000. Let's start over here in the east. See how we get on. Yeah, I'll start with Dover, I think. So the current Dover is okay. So I might be able to leave that as it is. Let's have a look at Thanet. That's two. So the current Thanet is okay. Alright. I don't necessarily think that's where the boundary should be, but that's more or less where it is at the moment. This is okay as well. I don't like the boundary here very much because it splits. Whitstable from Herne Bay. You kind of feel they should be in the same seat. But, well, it's not too bad. I suppose I should try and do things without shaking things up too much to start with. The first problem, Canterbury is slightly too big. Only very slightly. It'd be good to keep these 4 seats inside these 3 councils. 4,000. Is that going to be too big? That's too big. Not by much. Could we do something here? Let's change this so I can see better what's behind the colours. Alright. It's a shame that Margate's split like this. Let me just see if that can be solved. Take those 2 out. Put those 3 in. Oh, that works. So I'd prefer that really. And put this might do it. Put these 2 in here. That works now. Okay. good. So that was relatively painless, the first part. 4 down, 12. 12 to go, 16 to go. How many are there? 18, yeah. 14 to go. Folkestone. It's too big, way too big. Let's take out Romney. And then Folkestone's too small. That's okay. Like that. And this would come into, well, I'm not sure that'll work. Ashford is going to be big. Let's see what the Ashford situation is. Oops. Not quite got the art of doing these circles. Oh yeah. That's as big as Ashford can be. If we put that ward in, that's too big. Let's take that one out. What I'm wary of here, this is Sussex, so we're not using this area. We could end up with a long seat here, all the way from Dungeness to the deepest parts of Kent. It should be a bit of a mess, I think. It would be nice to avoid that if possible. Not sure it is. Let's take these two out of Ashford. That's too big anyway. So this is 6, that's 12,000 Dungeness and New Romney. That's 14. Just see what happens if I take those two out. Put those in. That's okay. Okay, this is all countryside. None of Folkestone is in these wards. So that's one option. Put those into Ashford. God, that's still too big. Whoa. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Yeah, that's okay. This is all rural. Around here, none of Ashford. Should we look at King's North? Oh yes, there's some of Ashford there. Try that for a minute, see what happens. Let's put some names in. Oh, I've seen that glitch before, that's that's annoying. Is my keyboard broken now? What's going on? Folkestone. Canterbury. What's the seat called at the moment? Thanet North. Okay. Should that be called North Thanet then, or Thanet North? That's a good question. It's easy with towns and counties. And this one, yellow one is Dover. I'm a bit worried now if I click one of these empty seats it'll go green, so I'm not going to risk it. I'll have to mention that to Kevin. He's a very lovely person who made this application. So that is your Ashford rural. I'll have to go with something interesting. I don't know if I thought that was Faversham. It's too small. It is, turns out everything green. That's annoying, isn't it? Anyway, we'll come back to that. So this is Sheppey and Sittingbourne. That's too big. Still too big, then it's okay. Just check. That, okay, that's alright. Papchild, that's a great name. Now we're up to 61,000 in this rural seat. Might work. I think now I'm going to have to go up here. So that was... don't know what to call that pink one. I suppose I call it Faversham for now. This purple one. Sittingbourne. Sheppey. Where to go to next? Let's have a go at Maidstone. Zoom in to have a look where Maidstone is. So this here is really part of Maidstone. Luces, but maybe can be left out. You've got all these here. I think if we put them all in, would be too many. Yeah, so you have to decide what to take out. changed the way Maidstone has developed here on the east. What have we got? 83. Oh, hang on. 61. Oh, we've got all these to add in as well. So I think of adding. At the moment, all this area is part of the Faversham seat. That's. I'd have to go somewhere else, won't it? So this is Maidstone. This teal colour. So if we're going to take out of Maidstone, take these two out. That's weavering. Seems a bit odd to take weavering out and leave pasted in. But these are quite rural woods. So the rest of Maidstone makes 47. But let's put it as it is now. Will that work? So I suppose we ought to leave things as they are. Yeah, okay. So this pink one will change its name. I'll call it Weald for now. Just watching the rolling average here. 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 2,000, 4,000, 7,000, 8,000, 10,000. Well, the seats are averaging too big. That's the problem. Okay. Gillingham's okay. Rochester. It's too big. Chatham. Let's put that all into Chatham. Is the Rochester okay now? Yeah, it's still a bit on the big side. It's not ideal. I mean, I'd be much better. This area here, which is a kind of mixture of Rochester and Chatham and Gillingham. seat. Obviously this is South Rochester here. But, I mean, really it'd be better to draw the boundaries better within Medway towns, but not sure how bothered people are. Chatham. $79, oh that's too big. Let's take Snodland out. That's not a great name. Chatham's okay. Let's have a look. So it splits this area, which isn't good. Oh, this is a separate ward, okay. But again we've got another seat that's slightly too big. Hey ho. Hopefully it gets a bit easier over here, I think. Creation. Perfect. Whoa. Dartford. This is the old circle. That's too big. Slightly. So we've got this ward here. Longfield, Newbarn and Southfleet. Okay, I suppose that's the best option. Darrants is possible. No, not really here, you've got parts of town. This is all town. Yeah, okay. So let's take this wood out, that's fine then. Seven Oaks is the next one. Let's see. I feel this is going to be too big. Yep. I thought if you take that wood out it'd be fine. That's a shame. Let's put that back into Seven Oaks. That's what it's called. Is that pronounced breasted or brasted? Chevening and Sundridge. Seems to include quite a bit of 7x there. Seal and wheel, this looks like 7x as well. Oh yeah, look at that, it's got some big properties there, look at those. Wow. But I think if we're going to take a wood out, it'd have to be the seal wood. Okay. So this heaver area. Just take these. So it's currently in Tonbridge. Again, I think this might be too big now. Oh, because we've got Snodland as well. Let's use a different colour because we've got green there. Grey? We can use grey. Okay. I can use grey, I should say. 60. $95, just slightly. Oh my. Let's put all this into Tonbridge Wells, see what happens. Okay, Tonbridge is okay now. So this will have to go into Tonbridge Wells. It's all the fun of the fair. Zoom in and have a look. That's fine, and that's actually slightly too small. And that would be fine, but it's interesting. I'm not really happy with this, but I'm not sure what the alternative is. I think if you had Morling and this area here, Swanley, that would be too small. I think. Let's carry on with this for now. Okay. Oh, so we've got 18 seats now, have we? Have I? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 I have. And that's as predicted. I've left myself with a big chunk. Oh, this, I've got the wheel here. Okay. Oh, it might work then. Only 5,000 shot. That's not too bad. Not too bad, is it? So far. about these people here? Saxon Shore. Okay. We're just 3,000 short. I think I'm going to have to break this boundary, unfortunately. Oh, hang on now. These seats are a bit oversized, aren't they? What about this ward here? Oof. What does it? I mean, this is a bit of a shame. This is what's called an orphan ward, where you just have one ward from a district in a constituency. But that's not bad, really. It's workable. I'll save that. Okay. The task could be done. Well, let's go. The other idea was to put Dungeness in this seat and then put these two wards in Folkestone. And then put these two wards into Ashford. That's an alternative. I'm not sure which is better. Let me just duck up here again. This was fine, this is slightly too big. Oh, because I've taken that out, I can put that back into Canterbury. Alright, so that's a compensation. In fact, take this ward out. I think that would be better. At least then you've not got an orphan ward, you've got a pair of wards. Dover's good. I don't know if I've got to call that West on it, I think. It might make sense to have a sandwich in a North on it seat. So they're okay. I should have been on the heavy side. So could we, if we do this, oh then it was too big, wasn't it? through. Oh, you'd have to give a lot of this, yeah. Give a lot of this countryside. Yeah, and you've got Ashford in 3. That's no good, no. I think Ashford's in 2 authorities is the most you could get away with. So that's actually, I think that's better. There's not much you can do about that, except you could take this board out, but that wouldn't be ideal. This is okay. Yep. This wheeled seat is a bit sprawling, but it's hard to avoid. Tonbridge Wells. This is okay. This is quite a big change here, I suppose. The boundary in Maidstone. I suppose you could leave the boundary a bit closer to where it is now. I think it's better to have as much as Maidstone as possible in the Maidstone seat. So I think the biggest problem left over is this, really. I don't like this at all. The edge of Sevenoaks snipped off and put into the Tonbridge Wells seat. But I can't see. If you put this back into Sevenoaks, you've got to take this area out, put it into Tonbridge. There's no room. No room. Okay, did I save this as version 2? Let's save that. Okay. Let's just try that before I finish. So, I'll put all this into Sevenoaks. How's this going to work though? Okay, let's put this bit into Sevenoaks. So, and then I can take this bit, put it in Tonbridge. Let's have a look. Okay, so that works. Then this Tonbridge Wells seat is too small. Still too small. Still too small. Ah. I think we've had it. I suppose we could put that bit back in. That's 7x is okay. What's the problem now? Oh yeah, so the Tonbridge seat's too big and the wheel seat's too small. I can't see how you're going to transfer voters from here to here, from grey to pink. The seats are much nicer over here, but they've got a problem. yellow. And from yellow to pink. Okay. Oh, that's ridiculous. You can't have Faversham and... Okay, okay, let's put all this into Faversham. I don't know why I'm bothering to do this. I don't think it's going to work. Right, so Maidstone is now going to get King's Hill. How many people have got to come out of Tonbridge? 10 to 15,000. Let's just zoom in and have a look. Watringbury, King's Hill, Rolling. So, okay, that's fine. Maidstone, okay, that's working. Maidstone's now too small. Right, the wheeled, which ward should we put into the wheeled seat? What's going to be the best? These down here, I suppose. Okay, that's the right size now. Maidstone's still too small. Put these in. Right, Faversham's still too big. Time for another sip of tea. That's difficult, but the problem's been caused by Sittingbourne, really, because I've had to put some Sittingbourne into Faversham. And then, what's this word here? Headcorn. Not a great name, let's put Headcorn in. Okay, Faversham's alright now. It should really be called Faversham and East Maidstone. Now the wheeled seat's too big. Suppose you could give some people away over here, maybe? No, because Ashford's too. It's on the large side. Well, I could do that. I could go back to having this arrangement here. Put chairing into Ashford. The wheel's still too big. Yay. I can't remember if this was solvable. Put this in here. Oh, this might solve this problem. Ooh. Interesting. What's this word called? Wheeled Central. Be a bit hard to take that out. Alright, so that works. So that has certain advantages and disadvantages, doesn't it? It keeps this boundary intact. Whereas we keep the boundary here of the constituency, even though it's not very good. I mean, we've done all this just to keep these two woods and Sevenoaks in the town. Means Ash here would be in different to the situation now. So there's quite a lot to be said for this. Well, I think in these kind of situations, the Commission should present alternatives and people could then say which they prefer instead of only coming up with one idea, which is sometimes ridiculously bad. Present 2 or 3 alternatives for people to discuss. Because there's quite changing this here has had knock-on effects through most of the county, but the effects aren't all too bad. Let's put that in full colour so we can have a look. Turn these off. That's what it looks like. Oh. So this is what the constituency look like now. The biggest change is here, isn't it? But generally speaking, oh no, well, and this new seat here. I suppose this is an extra seat that's been created. But I can imagine we're coming up with something like this. You've got this here, which is a bit odd, I suppose. But it's not as if these areas are very far apart. So I have to put this back now so I can see what I've done. Yeah. I mean, really, there's better connection here with the British Legion Village and Maidstone than with Morling. I could try doing that. Where's Gillingham? Not Gillingham, Chatham. Chatham. Yeah, that won't work, it's too big. Yeah, so on reflection this is probably the worst part of this plan. Maidstone and Morling. But it's not terrible. Okay, save that. 3 versions. Which is best? Discuss. Okay, that'll do for that. Let's think about what will be the next county.